Hi guys, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day so far. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Today I would like to share a recipe for honey and oats roll, and this was requested by Sister Donna a very long time ago. So today I finally get the opportunity to share this recipe. Stick around and let's get cooking. To start with our honey and oat rolls, I have my butter here. I have 2 eggs, a little bit of white sugar, some salt, milk, water, honey, yeast. I'm using roll oats today, but you can also use some steel cut oats. And I have some flour. I'm using all-purpose flour, but you can also substitute this for whole wheat flour. Let's activate the yeast and get on with our baking. So in the pot, I'm gonna add my liquid, so water and milk, and we're gonna head on to the stove and warm these up. To activate the yeast, we're gonna add a little bit of the warm milk in this measuring bowl. I'm gonna add the sugar, and we're gonna add our yeast, and the sugar will help the yeast to activate quicker. All the measurements and ingredients I'm using today will be listed in the description box below. I'll cover the yeast and leave it to sit for 10 minutes before it's fully activated. In a NutriBullet, I'm blending up the oats to a flour consistency. In the warm milk and water, I just added my butter, and this is a quick way of melting the butter and adding all the liquids together. In the oatmeal, I'm gonna go in with my regular all-purpose flour. I'm gonna add our little pinch of salt. We're gonna mix that in together. Big shout out to Sister Donna for requesting this oat dinner roll. She requested this for a very long time, and I finally get the chance to do it for her today. So Sister Donna, hope you like this version that I'm doing today. So now we're gonna go in with our yeast. It looks very nice and ready. So we're gonna add this right in the center here. Get all that good stuff. I'm gonna go in with our honey. So instead of sugar, we're using honey. You can also use sugar if you prefer. And then we're gonna nicely whisk up the 2 eggs. And the eggs will make it nice and fluffy and have a beautiful texture. For my vegetarian friends, you can leave out the eggs and add more milk to your mixture. We're gonna mix this. And then I'm gonna go in with my milk, butter, and water. And this should be a nice sticky dough when you're done. You can also do this in a mixer, but I like to quickly go in with my old-fashioned way and do it with the hands. So our dough should be a nice and soft and sticky kind of dough. When you're done, If it's too sticky for you, you can add a little bit more of flour and just knead it into the dough. I brush a bowl with a little bit of oil. I'm gonna put my dough in here. And we're gonna leave this to rest about 45 minutes to an hour before we come back to it. So guys, while my oat rolls is resting, I'm gonna be planting some of my green onions. You guys know how excited I am when the weather is nice. So today's a beautiful day and I was saving my green onions head. They are nicely grown and I'm gonna be planting them today, and I want to share this with all of you. Just before I plant the green onions, I'm just gonna water the soil. And green onions can hold up to a little bit of cold weather. That's why I'm planting them this early. And I have all the ones that I've been collecting. So when I'm cooking, I cut off the head and I just put them in a little bowl of water and they're gonna start growing. You can do this in your kitchen, or you can, in the summertime, you can put them outside. So this is how I plant my green onion every year. So we're gonna go in 2 in a row. And green onion is the most simplest thing to grow. Not a lot of work. You just plant them, leave them there, and you can start picking from them in days to use in your cooking. I had enough green onions for one of the pots. And I just started the other one right here. So in the next 3 to 4 days, I'll be picking fresh green onions to add to my cooking. So one step in the garden, and I am very happy. I also start some seedlings, like some hot pepper, some spinach, which is the Guyana poi bhaji, some bell pepper, some same, and this one is the mariguri pepper, bora, and same again. I'm just trying the seedlings this time for the first time. I usually buy small plants, but I want to do my own experiment, and I can see some of the seed are starting to sprout already, which is a good sign, and there's a lot of sprouts from the pepper over here. So that's it for today's gardening. I'm gonna head on back to the kitchen and check on my dinner rolls. 45 minutes after the dough was sitting, it came up to a nice size. I'm gonna divide them into small dinner rolls, and then we will let it sit for a little bit more. So I'm gently gonna go in and take our dough out. I'm gonna add some flour on the counter. And this dough is soft as ever. Look at that. I'm gonna cut it in half. And then I will roll this piece a little. It's so nice and soft, and it have a really beautiful texture from the blended oats. So we're gonna try to get about one, that's 3. Roll this off a little, and then we're gonna cut this in 3. And if they're too big, you can always cut and make them smaller. So I think I'm gonna make smaller, because dinner roll I like when they're nice and small, so we can join together. So I'm gonna roll them off about this big. I'm just gonna add a little bit of flour on the bottom. And I already brushed my baking dish with some butter. So I'll set my rolls in here. And once I finish with all the rest, I will show you how they look. So I just finished rolling them off, and I'm just adding a little bit of butter on the top so that they don't dry out on the top, to keep them moist. So I'm gonna cover these back about half an hour to 45 minutes and leave them to rest some more before we start baking them. So our rolls are nicely poofed up. Look at that. You just take this, and that's because I leave it into the oven and cover it as tight as I can. So now I'm gonna add some egg wash. Oh my God, they feel so nice and soft, you can see. I'm just gonna gently add the eggs on top. And I'm warming up my oven to a 350 degree temperature. I'm gonna put these babies in for about 12 to 15 minutes before they're ready. So right after I brush them with the eggs, I'm gonna sprinkle some oats on top. And this will give it a beautiful finish. You know right away it is a oat roll. And they are ready for the oven. Our beautiful honey and oat rolls are nicely done. Look at these babies. They're still nice and warm, and they're very, very moist and so nice. The house smell so nice and delicious. So how I like to eat these ones is to go in with something with a nice gravy. And look how it is from the inside, so beautiful and so soft. This brown color is because of the honey. So I'm gonna take a piece of my bread and just go in for some of this stew. And my first mouthful goes for you guys, and a special bite for Sister Donna, who requested this oat rolls. The texture of the bread is so delicious. You can taste that oat texture, and the beautiful flavor from the honey together with the bread is absolutely delicious. I hope you can give this bread recipe a try. They are so scrumptious. So this is what I'm having for lunch today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed day. If you like the recipe, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you'll consider subscribing. This can also be eating for breakfast with a nice piece of cheese or some peanut butter, or any time of the day as a snack. So stay blessed, stay safe. I love you guys. Bye for now.